Really we're into a modern aesthetic, and they chose this Italian kitchen, which is actually, I'm very impressed with it. The way the aluminum, the way this freezer and the aluminum edge on this freezer, it's really a high quality, very high quality cabinet. I mean, they retail for $140,000, but the edge, the aluminum edge on this, and the whole, all these little details of wall up, covered this window. I ran all the plumbing. I did all the sheetrock, and this wall had to be built and blown out and moved the air conditioning duct, the lighting. Spackling, delivered primed, and the tile, the 2-foot tiles, installed all. This is a very old house, and everything's way out of level, and nothing's plumb. So there was quite a bit of work to get this thing so it could receive a modern kitchen. There's nothing that can be out because the walls weren't level, the floor wasn't level. So it took a lot of work. In Roslyn, these are notorious houses for being really, 100-year-old houses, and they don't have any gas in the house, so the electric. This is a very, very nice cooktop whereby it receives certain pots that have a certain copper finish that when the pots come off, the heat disappears, so no one can burn their hand on it. It only heats up once the thing is on the pan. I had to run 220 lines for the separate oven. A really old-fashioned radiator, hot water radiator behind this, and they wanted something modern looking. And so I built this in my shop, and it features a 1/4-inch aluminum edge that comes out, and it's proud 1/4 inch underneath here. And I just touched up one little spot that got scratched, and now I'm peeling off the paint, the tape, and it's done. Built out of poplar and aluminum edge, which features a 1/4-inch reveal on the inside out, so the whole thing appears to be metal, and it lets the heat in. And I'll show you what the old one looked like that they didn't want any part of because it wouldn't go with the aesthetic. This was the grill that they had that they didn't like, and I'm also going to be making 3 or 4 more grills for them for the rest of the house. The exterior bay window that the bay window, the outside of the bay window, we did a special detail on it because it didn't have a roof that was new, so we had to build that soffit and the roof and wrap it in AZAC and put a custom drip edge stool on the edge of that bottom there. And then we took I took mahogany brackets and used mahogany and CCA, which this will all get painted white, and this will stay the green. And we did a 2.5-inch platform underneath the bay window. Found extensive rot on the house on the back end of this. When I was filling in this window, we found out that the wall was completely rotten out from a poor roofing job, and we had to repair this entire thing, which also enabled me to put a new GFI outlet, which wasn't wired properly, the existing one, and put a new outlet in, put the hood vent in. And they really don't make any good hood vents anymore, but I was lucky enough to find a real solid one that wasn't the tinny one. I would not stop until I found a proper, and we did the little details like a little AZAC thing. This roof was all flimsy, and water was leaching in underneath here, so we put in an aluminum drip edge that comes down 4 inches and wraps up under here 1.25 inches, and in about 2 or 3 days, the blackjack tar that we use to attach the roof to this will be dried. I can take these clamps off. So we had to take the entire gutter off and I had to take the entire gutter off the corner. If you come over here and see, was completely rotten out. It was completely rotten. So we had to put a temporary support wall inside the house to hold up the beams and repair the entire structure behind this. This is new AZAC trim that's all new from here around the corner. They originally also had exterior conduits that ran around to these lighting, but since I repaired from here to the corner, I was able to run my wires behind that so you don't have an ugly exterior conduit going to the lighting. The